Hello! Today we're going to learn how to do sketches for straight lines. Before going exactly to the point we're interested in, I need you to understand something. Whenever we have a straight line, let's say y equals 2x plus 3, or let's say y equals 4 minus 2x. Both are straight lines, both are linear functions. It's very important you to understand that we have two important values here. The coefficient of x, that is the number next to the x that I am circling here, and this number is what we call the gradient, also called the slope. This value, it's a measure of the steepness of my straight line. So the higher it is, the steeper my line is. That is, this for example would be a line with a gradient of 2. But if the gradient is 3, the line is supposed to be like that. And if it is 4, it's like that. So I'm gonna say it again. The higher this value, the steeper my line is. Of course, if the value is negative, like the example before, this, for example, a straight line with a gradient of -2, that means that my line is not like that, but it's like that. So, more or less you can start having an idea of what the gradient is. In a while, I'm going to show you with an example what we are talking about. The other important value when having an equation like this is the y-intercept. Is the other number, the one that I am squaring here. For example, here this 3, or here this 4. Both are what we call the y-intercept. That means that no matter what points I take to do my line, it is always going to pass through this point in the y-axis. Let's say this line, y equals 2x plus 3, is going to pass through 0,3. This other one, y equals 4 minus 2x, it's going to pass through 0,4. And that is what we're going to learn today. So remember, two important values in every linear function. The gradient, that is the one that is next to the x, that we call the coefficient of x. That is, in this case is 2, in this case is -2. And the other value is the y-intercept, which is 3 or 4. As you see, it doesn't matter the order. The important thing here is you to know which one is which. I'm going to say it again. If they ever ask you in an exam, hey, what is the y-intercept here? You're going to say c equals 3. That is the letter that we use to represent that one, c equals 3. If, well, and in this other case, c equals 2, well, 4. The letter that we use for the gradient is m. And it's a very common mistake to say something like, hey, what is the gradient of this straight line? It's very common to say 2x. No, it's not 2x. The gradient is one number. In this case, it's 2. And in the other equation, that is y equals 4 minus 2x, the gradient is negative, is -2. As I said before, these values can be any type. It could be fraction, it could be a decimal, it could be negative, it could be even 0. Now let's go into matter. How do we sketch with this knowledge of gradients and y-intercept? Any straight lines? So, it's very simple. I'm going to show you with an example. Let's suppose that we want to sketch, I'm going to change it a little bit. Let's say 3x plus 1. So, immediately I know what is my gradient? Is 3. What is my y-intercept? Is 1. So I know that my line is going to pass through 0,1. So let's do the sketch. Here we go. As usual, x, y, I can place my values 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, minus 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, first I can place my y-intercept. Is c equals 1, that is my line is going to pass through here. Remember, it's called the y-intercept. The y is the vertical axis. And then the gradient is 3. That means that for every unit in the right direction, I'm going to have 3 units up. So it's 1, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3. The other point is here. And then what do? I just join the points. Something like that. This is the sketch of my straight line. Y equals 3x plus 1. Did you get it? If you didn't, I think it's very important you to try with another example. And I'm going to try to do it here. Don't have much space, but I'm going to do it. Let's say y equals, let's say 4x minus 2. Again, what is my y-intercept? Oh well, what is my gradient? M equals 4. What is my y-intercept? C equals minus 2. I always start with my y-intercept. C equals minus 2, right? So that means that for this linear function, the y-intercept is minus 2. So it's going to pass through here. And because the gradient is 4, that means that for every unit in the right direction, that is like that, I'm going to go up 4 units. 1, 2, 3, and 4. With these 2 points, I can do my straight line. I'm going to try to use a different color. So there we have it. With these 2 points, I can do now my line. And there we have it. Of course, then we put the label. Y equals 4x minus 2. Did you see how simple it was? So, as a conclusion, whenever you are given an equation, you can immediately know more or less how the graph is going to be without doing the table. And remember that the gradient and the y-intercept are very important values, and you have to be able to find them on the spot. Keep on practicing. That's the way to be the best. Bye-bye.